Yo, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. Now, there's a video going around with Trick Daddy, and he's saying he ain't African American, and I concur. I understand what he's saying when he say that. He basically saying he ain't African. He didn't choose to be called African American, and Jesse Jackson came up with the African American phrase in the 80s. If I'm not mistaken. It could be late 70s or early 80s when I started hearing it. So I didn't really hear anything that I disagreed with Trick Daddy in the video. I'm gonna let you hear what he had to say, and then we're gonna go from there.
I'm trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my mother race. I ain't never been to Afro color. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. Ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland. Yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land. America, real true land is right here in the U.S. soils.
There you have it. He said it better than I could have ever said it. If I'm not mistaken, Trick Daddy and Mom moved from a small town in South Carolina, just outside of Savannah. I forgot the name of the town. I'm from South Carolina. So from that town, I'm about probably 2.5 hours from where his mom moved from, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to understand, there's this thing online where people want us as Black Americans, they want us to be from Africa. They want us to be from someplace else. They want us to, that's the narrative they want to push, right? Now here's the deal. When it comes to my family, I met my grandparents and my great-grandparents on my mom's side since I've been living. I met my great-grandparents on my mom's side when I was 6 years old for the first time. My great-grandmother was 92 when I met her at 6 years old. And my great-grandfather was 95 when I met him for the first time. Now that's on my mom's side. On my dad's side, I never met them. They died. You know, that's unfortunate, you know. But my great grandfather on my okay, I'm gonna say it like this. My grandfather's dad was a rich dude. I had pictures of everybody. Now, on either side, whether it's on my mom's side, on my dad's side, whether it's my grandparents' parents, or on either side, none of them, there's no African in my family tree. None of them have parents that came from the continent of Africa. That's what we got to get straight. See, a lot of these people that come from these other countries like Ghana and Nigeria and Liberia, and a lot of these people, they don't even have birth certificates. They've been colonized 3, 4, 5, 6 times. They've been colonized by the French, British, Arabs. Now it's Chinese coming in on their ass. So they've been kicked around so many times and colonized. A lot of them ain't never met their grandparents. So when somebody like me talk about my great grandparents and how I had a rich great grandfather, they kind of like can't believe that shit because they don't have the experience. They don't even have a birth certificate. A lot of them, if they don't even know how old they are. They don't even know when they were born. And a good sign of this, if you don't know, a good sign of this, if they have a birthday that's June the 1st, they don't know how old they are. They don't got no birth certificate. They've been kicked around and pushed around in these countries so long. And they're a lot of these people from these other countries, especially the African countries, they're coming from a place of failure, basically. So when they come over here, that's where a lot of that jealousy and envy comes from, because they just can't believe that we can sit down and tell you about people that's in our family tree. And the excuse that they always make is I said, well, everybody's from Africa. Well, yeah, shit, everybody's. That's what the human existence started. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about our family tree, people within our family, people that I know, people that I've met personally. I've been living long enough to meet my great grandparents and great grandparents. And then I got a chance to meet, some of my grandmother's sisters and brothers. My grandmother's sisters and brothers are still living. One of them is 97 and the other one is 91. See, that's the thing. A lot of these people, and people in my family live to be so old. See, a lot of these people from these African countries and from these other places, their relatives don't live to be so old. My grandmother died 2014. She was 102. These other people can't relate to that. That's why when we start talking, they just assume that it's a lie. No, I had people in my family that lived that life. I had rich people in my family. So when Trick Daddy says what he says, they don't like that. They don't want that to be like, they don't want that truth, that narrative to be spread around. They want us to feel like we're from someplace else. Because they don't want you to look inside, look within. They want you to feel like you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. That type of bullshit talk. No, we know who we are. I know who I am. I know who my family is. I know where my family came from. Hell, I got paperwork. Yeah, I didn't need no paperwork. All I had to do was just go back home. But if someone really wants to challenge me, I got paperwork. We still have a house in our family where I grew up at, back home. It's still there. People living in my parents' house. People are living in my grandparents' house. People are living in my great-grandparents' house. Still to this day. We still have the land. I can prove it. With paperwork, I can take you there. So when you tell people this from these other countries, They can't relate. They can't take you back home to where they grew up, man. It ain't there. That house gone. They can't take you to their relatives. Because you know why? They don't go back. When they come over here, they don't go back home. When they come over here, they fuck them family over there. They always say, well, I'm going back home. No, you're not. They're not going back home. And they don't be sending no money over there like that, too. That's a lie. Because there's this thing where, hey, I'm coming to America and I'm going to send money back home. Nah, most of them people ain't sending no money back home. When they come over here, they just want to basically hang with the white people. And that's it. You know, it's, I got mine, you get yours. That's their mentality. You know, these people are not really together like that. Don't believe the hype. But you know, there's a lot of lies that's been told, you know, for years. Now the truth is just starting to come out. These other groups of people, they're not really with us like that. They're not feeling us like that. You know, and this, you know, because there's this Pan-African movement that a lot of these people claim that they're on, but anybody that says they Pan-Africanists, basically they're just trying to do something. They want people to give them money. It's like you know, they just want to get attention. But in reality, it sounds nice. Hey, all my brothers and sisters from all over the world get together and we get connected and whatever. It sounds like a nice concept in theory. But once you start traveling, you'll notice real fast that these people ain't really fucking with us like that. They not. And even if when you do go to these other countries, you got to be a celebrity or have a bag full of money and some shit like that. But if you're trying to get dual citizenship or any goddamn thing. So a lot of these people, you know, they scammers and be ripping people off. They're talking a good game, but they ain't really about shit. I'm just being honest. And I'm the type of, and you're talking to a guy that's traveled everywhere, worldwide. So I know what time it is out here. You know, I'm still out in these streets. So when I speak from experience, not theory. So what Trick Daddy said, I don't disagree. He's right. You know, he's talking about his family, and nobody knows more about my family than me. Just like I don't know anything about his family. Nobody knows more about his family than him. But for you as an outsider, judging what he's saying about his family, that makes you arrogant and ignorant. So like, share, tell me what you think below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like. Here from Cali, I live in the valley. Then you look the same.